Hello everyone, welcome to the Chemistry Guide. Today's topic is lattice energy. What is lattice energy? The energy released when gaseous ions react together to form one mole of ionic compound is called lattice energy. Here I consider sodium chloride. We all know that sodium is metal and it exists in solid state, while chlorine is non-metal and it exists in gaseous form as a molecule. Firstly, we need to convert this sodium from solid state to gaseous state. Here, when we convert atom from solid state to gaseous state, the energy absorbed is called heat of sublimation. Secondly, we will remove one electron from it to make it positive sodium ion. Here, remember that when we provide that minimum energy to the gaseous atom to lose one electron and become positive ion, that energy is called ionization energy. Similarly, chlorine has contained two atoms. We will separate it two atoms of chlorine. Here, remember that the energy needed to break the bond of chlorine molecule is called dissociation energy. Then chlorine gas will get this electron to become negative chlorine ion. Here remember that when gaseous atom gain one electron to form a negative ion, the energy released is called electron affinity. And now this positive ion of sodium and this negative ion of chlorine combine together to form one mole of sodium chloride. Here energy is required in each and every step to form sodium chloride. Now when sodium ion and chlorine ion combine together to form one mole of sodium chloride, in this last stage they release 788 kilojoule per mole energy. This energy is called lattice energy. Why are sodium and chlorine ions lose energy when they are combined together? Here, sodium ion and chlorine ion are unstable because they have high energy. They want to lower their energies. When they combine together, they become stable and they release energy, which is known as lattice energy. Here, remember that lattice energy is exothermic process and endothermic process. For example, we have already learned that when gaseous sodium ion react with gaseous chlorine ion to form one mole of sodium chloride, then release minus 788 kilojoule per mole energy. This energy is called lattice energy. Now in this case, energy is released into the surrounding. So we said that lattice energy is exothermic energy. Secondly, this three-dimensional structure of sodium chloride. Now we will break this three-dimensional sodium chloride into sodium ion and chlorine ions. I will give the same amount of energy which it has already released into the surrounding. It means I will give plus 788 kilojoule per mole energy to this dimension to break it into sodium ions and chlorine ions. Remember that this energy is also called lattice energy. This time energy is absorbed from the surroundings. So we said that lattice energy is endothermic process. Therefore remember that lattice energy is exothermic process as well as endothermic process. And the sign of lattice energy is positive and negative. Next one very important point, lattice energy is energy released when 1 mole of ionic compound is formed from gaseous ion is called lattice energy in this exothermic process. Next, here lattice energy is the energy absorbed to break 1 mole of ionic compound into the gaseous ion. So, remember these two definitions of lattice energy. That's all for this video.